my name is Aziz, and I'm presenting on Canadian wildfires and their effect on Michigan. So the purpose of this presentation is to inform everyone on Michigan's air quality issues that was caused by the Canadian wildfires in 2023. This presentation is kind of structured like a story. We'll first start off in Canada and how the wildfires were caused, and then we'll move into Michigan, where the smoke from the wildfires came in and harmed a lot of people with health issues. We'll then talk about how the national government tried to fix the situation and the overall effects the wildfires had on Michigan residents. So the Canadian wildfires occurred in a place called Quebec. The woods were really dry there due to global warming, and lightning just struck it, and a wildfire appeared out of that. So the smoke from the wildfire spread southwards, and it hit Michigan. So once the smoke hit Michigan, the air quality declined, and a bunch of alerts and advisories went out, but it wasn't enough. People did not know how dangerous the situation actually was. The thing is, wildfire smoke is a mixture of very hazardous pollutants such as PM 2.5, NO2, ozone, aromatic hydrocarbons, and lead. So breathing those things in is very bad for your health. But the thing is, people didn't know that, and Cornell professor Alistair Hayden restates that, saying that more needs to be done to prepare residents for the threat of wildfire smoke. As it is an ongoing threat, with global warming continue, we can expect wildfires to also continue. So providing adequate information is key to making sure everyone is safe from from the wildfire smoke. So health issues that can occur from wildfire smoke is mainly through your respiratory system. It can also worsen cardiac and other respiratory illness that you already have. It also affects children and older people more because their lungs don't work as well as like the regular human beings. So um, Dr. Ayman Subani, he is a doctor in Michigan, and he mentions how there's an increase of calls for respiratory issues such as shortness of breath and just overall coughing, and a lot more hospitalizations. Dr. Subuni also shares how to protect yourself when dealing with wildfire smoke. So he mentions to stay indoors and stay hydrated, to use air conditioning and air purifiers instead of opening windows and such, and to buy and build air filters. Air filters are relatively cheap to build, so making sure you have clean air is of utmost priority. And also, if you do need to go outside, you should wear a mask to protect yourself. So the national government did come in. Biden did send 600 U.S. firefighters to help Canada to stop the wildfires. And both the U.S. government and Canadian were able to subsidize the wildfires, but it wasn't without its cost. The professor I mentioned earlier mentions that 169 Michigan residents ended up dying due to the wildfire pollution. He used some tracking pollutant tracking to figure out this number, and also mentions he also mentions the respiratory issues have increased in the population ever since the 2023 wildfires. In conclusion, Canadian wildfires are like a very dangerous threat that needs to be taken seriously, and everyone needs to know about it. It is something we can expect to see again. We already have seen it this year to a much lesser extent, but still we need to be vigilant about it. The government should help its citizens react. The government should react quickly to help its citizens, and the citizens themselves should know how to protect themselves by taking by taking doctors' advice and the government officials' advice and staying indoors. Here is my works cited and the reflection. So the most difficult part of this project for me was definitely making this into like a story, making this presentation into a storyline. I've never really done that before. Most of my presentations are just presentations, like just facts and stuff. So doing that was kind of hard. I tried to do that by making like a timeline of events with the story first starting in Canada and then ending with ending with with the wildfires being gone, extinguished, but also the effects of it. I also tried adding characters to the story, kind of characters to the story, like the doctor, Ans Tubuni, and our professor who looked through mentioned the dangers of wildfire smoke. So that was definitely the most challenging part for me. The second question, how do you approach this presentation differently from project one? Well, project one, I only had one source, which was the actual article we were summarizing. For this project, I had multiple sources, and that was kind of different. It was very different from what we did in project one because each like the beginning, middle, and end of my story kind of had each different article that went along with it. Like the actual wildfires and like information about that was its own article, and health issues caused by wildfires are its own article. Effects of the effects that the wildfire had on Michigan residents was its own article. So trying to find all of those and combining them into one was my main issue. Was like really was pretty different, but I feel like I succeeded in that. And yeah, that is all. Thank you for listening.